Can he turn around that weekend?
Well, we mentioned he's been out of sorts. He's been in the wars. He doesn't particularly like this place, but sometimes when the chips are down, Loic Bruni can produce magic.
Oh, he's going.
The UCI World Champion from Ligier last season. Currently leading the overall. What is the clock going to tell us from Loic Bruni? He's 2.3 seconds up.
It's possible today.
Well, somebody put the call in, they put the Bruni signal up, and Super Bruni is on his way down the track.
When you seem that focus on the start, you know it's business time for Loic Bruni. Even have a clean pants, no tire marks yet.
150 beats per minute, we know he does rev low, but he will be giving us absolutely everything. Jumps into that compression, jumps back out over the gap.
Double, you want to make things simple, lost some time a bit, like a lot of time, 4 seconds.
He's lost 3.5, Bruni on his way down now.
He's losing momentum. It's slippery, or maybe it's just fading a little bit.
Bruni goes deep, gets bucked slightly, turns nicely left, just one input.
Look at the body position, all the way to the fence.
All the way out to the boundary. Tucks down behind the stem. Bruni across the line in 3 seconds back on Bernard Kerr. Didn't pedal across the line, just went for the aero. Tuck looks
problem. You have the same problem
at the bike.
We see you have the problem like Nürburgring, the Cassette semi-final.
Yeah, he lost drive, didn't he, there as well? Well, that's just about as impressive a race run as you will ever see. Thibaut Deprella now takes the track to try and better it. What can the young Frenchman with the weight of a team on his shoulders do? Inside there.
Oh, he's charging. Not much braking on that corner. Oh, he looks fast. It looks good. He's dangerous when he looks like that.
Deprella's found it tense on Brosnan now.
Close call, but no problem for Deprella. He can ride with half a tongue.
He won his UCI World Cup race back in Ligier with, as Cedric said, his tongue stitched together, having nearly bitten it off the grass.
No shakes the takes his hands off the handlebar. What's wrong with him?
Absolute style points for Deprella. Then we're going to shake your hands out. You do it properly. Cedric's rolled up beside me. He can't believe the audacity of it.
I can't believe what it has done. Come on! Way inside! He found the line when it's not even the line!
Forcing the issue here. Thibaut Deprella. He loses the front end, but he's still on the bike.
Saved it!
Can he reset? Can he now keep on charging the bottom? He's 1.5 seconds faster. Deprella somehow needs to get this bike to the finish line with him sat on top of it.
He's destroying the track.
What a race run from Deprella. All attack.
Full in, all in.
Full gas, maximum attack, call it whatever you want. Thibaut Deprella down to this last big left-hander. Keeps the bike perfectly hooked up. Heads to the right-hander.
Oh, he's on the limit. He's pedaling in the corner when it's not great.
What is the clock going to say now? Is it going to dethrone Brosnan? Deprella crosses the line and goes 1.4 seconds faster than Troy Brosnan.
What a ride!
Deprella, look at what this means to him.
Look his eyes!
What does that mean to Thibaut Deprella? What a run!
That was an insane run.
Jackson Goldstone then wrote our GoPro course preview for us earlier in the day. Oh! Nearly out the front door right from the start.
Big mistakes on the first corner. We're not used to see that.
Oh, he's on clip now as well. Struggling to get back onto the pedal, Jackson Goldstone. He's going to have to make it up in the woods.
Inside, doubling out everything.
He's 6/10 off at the first sector, so anything is possible today here in Val Di Sole. And
the bike is going so fast, he just tried to stay with him.
Jackson Goldstone making up his own rules up there.
Where did he find his line?
What's it going to say? It's
great!
He's 3/10 quicker. Jackson Goldstone on a stormer here in Val Di Sole.
This is smelling gold.
Jackson Goldstone. Can he do what Jordan Williams did earlier in the season and take his first elite level win in his first elite level season?
Pumping, jumping, that's what he's doing.
Both wheels of the bike have hardly been on the ground, and he had those mistakes early on in those corners as well. So Jackson Goldstone, he's a 10th back now. Clips that marker over the over the little crest, turns right, down through the roots.
What's going 1.7?
1.7 seconds fastest in what has been the most difficult split of the day for Jackson Goldstone.
Where everyone lose time, he made time.
Inside, off that drop, Jackson Goldstone will hear the crowd now. He'll know that he is on a race run that may well be his first ever elite level UCI World Cup win. Turns left. We'll get a couple of pedal strokes and no, just compresses the bike and now he hits the pedal.
Oh, nice one, cranking hard in the corner.
Drifts through the right-hander, over the jump, down the line. Jackson Goldstone goes fastest by 2.4 seconds in Val Di Sole, Trentino. Jackson Goldstone rides his way onto the hot seat in what might just be his first elite level win. That was absolutely spellbinding, but we still got Finn Isles, Jordan Williams and Lars Vergier to come. Finn Isles then in the gate, free to go, don't go anywhere. Specialized gravity. They don't like other teams being on the podiums. They want to take the podiums themselves. Can Finn Isles ride his way onto the hot seat?
Double drift in that corner, really low front. We know if he's in the grid, Finn is on the game today, maybe.
It feels like the level has just gone up exponentially since that run from Troy Brosnan that lit this whole place up.
Different line there compared to Jackson.
He's currently in the one wins club with Thibaut
Oh,
Deprella.
lost the front a bit here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa, he drift just before that.
Having to gather it all back up again.
Oh, he lost some time.
Yeah, 8/10s back now, but front end lap bike so low. The grips of it down round the axle.
Definitely saved some critical situation, Finn.
Finn Isles having a great season. He just needs that win, you feel.
Yeah, he won more though. It's not enough for Finn.
Pre-jumps in the lap, big pull. Yeah, it could have just drifted away from Finn Isles. This one, the wait may continue for the win in 2023 unless he can do something super special through this lower part of the course. Finn Isles in.
Charging hard. Couple cracks before the finish. He give everything he has.
Finn Isles will not take no for an answer. Cross to the line, 2.2 back. Second place though, behind Jackson Goldstone. So it's Canada 1, Canada 2. Free to go then. Here's your fastest qualifier, Jordan Williams from the UK. Won his first ever elite level World Cup at the start of the year in Lenzerheide. Can he make it 2 wins for the season out of 3 races?
The dangerous man is on track. Okay, now it's important. Have to be clean, have to be fast.
You see him just relax his grip on the bars mid-air there.
Super inside there. Even if it is roots, no problem. Oh, lost the front. Almost watch out there.
That's that same corner that Andy Cole absolutely detonated as well. So I wonder if it's just moved away from them now and it's just no backside left on it to hit. Jordan Williams then.
Whoa! He went down.
Jordan Williams' bike gets crossed up on landing and spits him off into the crash netting.
Landing that big hole. Oh, I hope he's okay.
Hope he's just caught in that. It's nothing more ominous.
2 mistakes in a row. Maybe the tank was empty.
Yeah.
But he looked so solid though, all the way to that mistake.
Marshals are there to help him.
So impressive.
Speaking of which, here you are then, the last mine at the top. Lars Vergier for Trek Factory Racing. If anybody is going to stop Jackson Goldstone from taking his first ever elite level World Cup win, it's a man who's already won 7 of them. Lars Vergier on track now.
The D'Artagnan with a little moustache. What he can do today. Wow, nicely done there, double. To make sure he can have that line.
What's the first split going to say? He's 4/10s quicker. Vergier's finding time here.
Oh, and a different line, just he curved just before those roots.
Classic Vergier, just finds a little millimetre line, doubles through there.
Oh, great double there. He still managed to avoid that tree when Loic Bruni had problems.
It's Goldstone from Isles, from Deprella. What can Vergier do about it? On that Trek Factory Racing custom painted bike.
Compared to Jackson, who went all the way up. Oh, almost stalled it there.
Almost stalled in that corner, Lars Vergier.
Saved it. But he's late, 2.3 on that split. That's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time, 2.3 seconds back then. Jackson Goldstone will be starting to dream on the hot seat. What can he do? He's moved backwards. 3.3, it might all be over. Is Jackson Goldstone about to win his first ever elite level UCI World Cup race? For the Santa Cruz syndicate, Lars Berger has got to find something otherworldly at the bottom of this track in Val Di Sole if he wants to stop it happening. Lars Berger, fastest in the semi-finals, hurtles down towards the line now, turns right, gets back on the pedals really early. Berger throwing gears at it, throwing everything at it, crosses the line. Lars Berger goes fifth. Jackson Goldstone wins his first ever elite level UCI mountain bike downhill World Cup, and look at what it means to him. Jackson Goldstone is your winner today on one of the most unpredictable race days in downhill history. Let's check out then the results. Jackson Goldstone is your winner. Out of Finn Isles, Deprella, Brosnan, Vergier. Cole was 6th. Bernard Kerr that time held good for 7th. Coulange, Hart and Meyer Smith. What a result for him. Roland Dunn was 11th. Piron, Shaw, Bruni, Tyrion, Stack, Walker, Inigay and Chapelet 19th. Baptiste Piron was 20th. Laurie Greenland 21st.
Oh, I don't have many words to say. I'm just so excited. The run was just on the edge the whole time. Right out the first corner, I was already, pushing really hard, and yeah, I just escaped with all those mistakes I made and somehow kept the flow going. And yeah, I just had I had a really good bottom, which I felt like I was strong for. So that's, I think, where I made up a whole bunch of time. But yeah, I'm so stoked. It's, sorry. Yeah, I got no words.
Jackson Goldstone takes to his first ever elite level UCI downhill mountain bike World Cup podium. The first of what you would have to predict will be many wins. Jackson Goldstone wins in Val Di Sole, Trentino. Jackson Goldstone tames the Black Snake. A win here means that little bit more. And when it's your first, well, that tells you everything you need to know about the pedigree of this man. Goldstone from Isles, Deprella, Brosnan and Vergier. Media commitments have their own demands. Jackson Goldstone whizzed off. Here is the overall standings then. Finn Isles 2nd, Vergier 3rd, Kolb 4th, Bruni 5th. 114 points back on Goldstone now. Work to do for the Frenchman. Roland Dunn's in 13th behind Bernard Kerr. Danny Hart's 14th. Charlie Hatton 17th. Dakota Norton's 19th. But that top 4 or 5 riders really getting away from the rest of the pack now.